Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back. This is Force, and here today I'll be providing you with some tips and suggestions for the upcoming Division Open Beta. I know for a lot of people this will be the first time you have tried the game, and from someone who has experience, I thought it'd be good to give you guys a good idea of what to expect, lay some of the groundwork, if you will. So that's what we'll be doing here in this video. Let's just start things off from the very beginning. After a short cutscene, you'll be dropped into Camp Hudson, and this is the main social hub in the beta. Here you can get some gear from NPCs, you can check the job board, you can open up your player stash, but most importantly, this area is used to meet and interact with other players. So there'll be other people that you can see, chat with, and invite to your group. Plus, you can also at any time just access the matchmaking if you want to group up as well. But if you're like me and you want to, for the first time, experience the game solo, you can certainly do that. Just walk straight through Camp Hudson, hop into the main world. Before you leave though, make sure you go to that job board and interact with it, as this will show you all nearby side missions and encounters. And I highly suggest doing them. All of them. Because there isn't a ton. The beta is a limited slice of what the final game will be, and frankly, at most, there's probably a couple of hours worth of the PvE content. Once we step into the Dark Zone, there is a lot you can do there and a lot of replayability, but when it comes to the PvE stuff, you versus some enemy AIs, there's not a ton. So get that job board, find where all those side missions and encounters are, and just go and do them. As you complete them, you'll get resources for the various wings of the beta. Previously, all we needed was medical wing, but now we've got a new one open up in this upcoming beta as well. So just do the missions. It's going to be an experience. You'll get to see different parts of the city, and you'll probably get some loot along the way. So do all of the side missions. And now when it comes to doing this stuff and going through the world, I also highly suggest looking up, down, and inside. While the truth is there isn't a ton of stuff that you can climb or buildings that you can go into, there is a portion of the city that you're able to interact with in that manner. So always be looking for ladders, places that appear to be scalable, and hatches that allow you to go into the underground of this world. Just experience it, go through it, see what it has to offer. That's a big suggestion of mine. And while you're doing all of this stuff and you're shooting enemies, I need you to realize that while in many ways this is an RPG, it's also still an FPS. So that means headshots count, and the fuel tanks on those cleaners, the guys you see running at you with flamethrowers, aim for those tanks and just enjoy the carnage that ensues. And this is all happening in the service of course, getting experience, but also getting loot. As an RPG, this game has varying degrees of rarity: white, green, blue, purple, and yellow to be exact, from least strong to most. There's also a teal quality of gear, but that is cosmetic items. That is your beanies, your jackets, your pants, and your shoes. It has no effect on your character stats, but makes you look pretty cool if that's something that you're interested in. Now, trying different weapons and skills is also something I highly suggest. I know everyone's got their favorites. Oh, I love the sniper rifle and the shotgun. I love LMGs. Try different things, see how you like the feel of them and their effectiveness in this game, because while there are many similarities, things also slightly differ from game to game, and the beta is a perfect opportunity to mix things up. Same goes with your skills. In the last beta we had access to 4, this one we've got access to 5. So try the different skills, see what you like, see what you don't like. And when you do find weapons that you don't like or you want to replace, don't break them down. In fact, don't bother with crafting materials whatsoever. Because in the beta, crafting doesn't exist. You literally can't craft anything, but you can acquire crafting materials. Your best bet is to sell any weapons and gear that you don't want to use to vendors, and any crafting materials you find in the world, you can pick them up, but you won't have anything to do with them. This will obviously change during the official launch because you'll probably want to use your crafting and level your crafting, but right now in the beta, just screw crafting. It doesn't matter at all. And now with the PvE side of things taken care of, I think it's time to step into the Dark Zone. But before we do, you must make a decision. Which bracket do you want to be in? There's going to be 2 brackets in the beta, which include the level 4 through 7 bracket. Yes, you start off at level 4. Or the level 8 bracket. The level 8 bracket, of course, has access to higher level and stronger gear. But it's also all just level 8 players. you could make the decision to stick in the 4 to 7 bracket, in which case I suggest doing PvE until you hit level 7 and then go straight to the Dark Zone, because when in the Dark Zone, you will never acquire normal character experience. You will only get Dark Zone experience, and that gates access to higher level gear from certain vendors. So make your decision. Do I want to be max level 7 and play in the 4 to 7 range, or do I want to be max level 8 to check out that higher level gear, but also only be playing against level 8 people? Now, if you do make that decision to go for level 8, I need you to know that there isn't enough PvE content doing one time to be able to reach that level. You're going to have to repeat the main story missions. In the first beta, we had 1. In this beta, we'll have 2. Both of those missions can be repeated as many times as you want on normal or hard difficulty. I suggest hard because it will give you a better experience, and it will also give you access to some better blue items at the end. Gonna have to repeat those a few times to actually hit level 8, but once you do, enter the Dark Zone and enjoy that higher bracket. So once you've made the decision of which bracket range you want to stick in, walk into the Dark Zone. Plan for the worst and hope for the best. But plan for the worst, because people are going to shoot you. It is going to happen. PvP is such a huge portion of this. It's why most people will go into it, but some people will just be there for the loot. And if you are just there for the PvE loot and you don't want to deal with PvP, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Number 1 is boss camps. You must look for them. They give you Dark Zone experience, they give you loot from the NPCs that you kill, but they also give you access to Dark Zone chests, which you can open with Dark Zone keys, which drop off of the NPCs that you're killing. How convenient. The Dark Zone chests give a ton of Dark Zone cash, which will let you buy some really awesome items. Now, these boss camps are mostly scattered around the landmarks, which can be found relatively around the center of the Dark Zone, a little bit to the north, a little bit to the south, but those landmarks are where a lot of the boss camps are. Boss camps will be indicated by yellow health bars. If you're using your pulse skill, those would be quite easy to pick up. They are scattered all throughout, but again, mostly around those landmarks is where you can expect to find them. So go around, clean these up, get your keys, open your chest, which should have a better spawn rate than they did in the last beta, and get your awesome cash, which lets you buy items or just your items that drop. And when you're getting these really cool blue and purple and yellow gear, make sure you're checking for their perks and their requirements. Especially the higher level weapons will have these really cool perks attached, which give you increased damage, give you health regen, give you all sorts of bonuses. But they have requirements based on your stats. So just make sure when you're getting these gears that you check those perks and you try to meet those requirements if you want those perks to be active. And then the final thing I want to mention about the Dark Zone is the vendors. There are 4 different main vendor points at checkpoints. They're located around the edge of the map. And there's also 1 exotic item vendor to the northeast portion of the map. This is where you're going to get your highest level, best gear. Each of the vendors will sell different gear from the other vendor, and every time you load into a new instance of the Dark Zone, which you can do through matchmaking, you'll get access to brand new items. So if you want really good gear at level 8 Dark Zone, go around, collect your Dark Zone credits, level up your Dark Zone experience, and then go to all those different vendors and find the best gear that they have to offer. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoy the beta. I hope you liked this video, giving you some tips and suggestions in terms of what you should be doing. Have fun. That's the final suggestion. Have a good time. Enjoy the beta. Not a ton there, but enough to have a good afternoon. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a good afternoon, and until next time, I'll see you later.